Ooh, there we go. It's a good one. Good one. Ooh, it is. It is. Another good one. There we go. It was one under. Oh, that's the biggest one of the day.
The biggest bass.
Murder case because I'm hey. Alright, so also while we're topwater fishing, I'm gonna keep it on side scan because I've been trying to make sure I can learn it a little bit more than what I know. I'm trying to learn, not learn it. I've been trying to learn side scan, trying to pick up on some new little nuances and whatnot. All right, so my two options right now, normally I start over here in this pocket. So I'm thinking we go throw Slobberknocker and we go throw Slobberknocker, Buzzbait over here on this side. And then we come over here to this side and then we throw probably majority Slobberknocker. See, the water temp 60 degrees. So if they eat the buzzbait, it's gonna be like very probably telling it of them eating it, but I feel like it can happen. It can definitely happen. Man, so there's a hawk right there, and then there's water flowing out of a pipe back there. So, you know, they always say look for birds, and I feel like a hawk's like apex bird. A hawk will eat a bass. It's not like a heron. So that means there has got to be fish over here. Or the hawk is gonna try to eat my buzzbait, one of the two. So either way, win-win. So Revo Rocket this year, new reel from Abu. Y'all have seen it throughout the summer, seen it throughout the year. My main application for it has been top water, whether that be a buzzbait or frog. I really haven't thrown like a choppo or anything on it like that. I kind of like my choppos on like a 7 1-to-1 or something not as fast. I feel like it's kind of too fast for like a choppo 90, maybe a 105, something that has a little bit more resistance in the water might be okay for it. But me personally, I haven't really thrown it too much because also I have 50-pound braid on this and I like to throw like a choppo on 30-pound. But this reel, I really like it because when you have it spooled up with line all the way, I mean, you can cast this thing literally a mile. Like I could cast this from where I'm at all the way to the back of this pocket, make sure nothing's behind me. See, right on the edge, perfectly. So, I mean, castability of this thing, not an issue. This is the reel that you want whenever, you know, you find the fish schooling out in the middle of the lake and you want to get out there and reach them. This is the one you want. It has the big handles, nice grippy handles. I have 50-pound braid with like a little bit of mono backing. I don't know what the backing is. It's just some probably cheap, the $2 spool from Walmart. Not really seeing too much going on in this pocket, bait-wise or anything. And then it's like 3 foot right here. So 3 foot, soft bottom. Not sure. Definitely always have the potential to scoot up on one or sneak up on one, but I don't know. One thing I do feel pretty strongly about ponds is like you really can't, you know, go off of like maybe lake rules for ponds because there's only so many places these fish can be at, and if they want to eat, they're going to eat. If they don't want to, probably not going to. So I feel like ponds a lot of times kind of get overcomplicated. Like, oh, you got to fish the deep water. And like, dude, you could come out here probably dead of winter, throw a general out here in the middle of this in the 3 foot of water and probably tear them up. But you know, one day it might work, the next day it might not. It's just spending time out in your pond. So I told y'all in a previous video about this Slobberknocker Combo. This is a new rod. It's the Winch 7.5. I have a couple of these rods that I use for throwing crankbaits, but this is the first one that I have for bladed jigs, and then this is the 6-7-1 SX reel. And I said in the video, I'm gonna mess around with the reel a little bit. I really like the rod. 7.5 is like the sweet spot for me. It's like long enough so you can get a good long cast. I got 12-pound fluoro on here. Just because time of year it's winter, don't really need that 15, not really ripping it through grass, or like, especially in the places where I'm fishing, I really don't have too much structure I have to worry about or anything like that. So It's just kind of like a good cover water reel. I want to play with the reel. I want to try a few different reels, just different gear ratios, different feels, because I had a Max Pro that was 7:1 and then the Jordan Lee Signature Series bladed jig rod. And I really like that one. And it kind of took me like a few times to piece that one together, but I caught my PB on that combo and it was pretty sweet. So just because I like the bladed jig, like specialty combo so much, I decided to upgrade. And we have this one now, but I kind of want to mess around with the reel. I have another one that's supposed to come in tomorrow. I want to see how I feel about that one, so we'll see. It's just SX. I know I said you could bomb the rocket out, but like this is another one that you can really get some good casts out of, especially you fill it up full of line. Alright, I'm tying on a rattle trap. This is going to 100% imitate exactly what they're down there eating. So alright, there's gonna be a few pluses for this rattle trap. We should be able to cast it a pretty good distance. And also we can switch up our retrieves. Probably had to put money on it. I'd say, there we go. I was just about to say our first fish is gonna come off of this. Oh, it's a bluegill. It's a big bluegill. I was just about to say if I had to put money on it, our first fish is gonna come off the rattle trap, and it does. He's pooping. See you, sir. Not the right species, but a fish. A fish is a fish is a fish at this point. He's finally got one. 2 hours into the day. Kind of embarrassing. But I mean, it's fishing, it's fall fishing. You never know. We were yo-yoing it back in, and then that bluegill actually ate it too. We didn't snag him. But I was gonna say, this is probably gonna, I feel like if this is gonna give us our best chance of really getting some bites, for a couple of reasons. One, we can control the depth. I can work it off the bottom. I can let it fall just by the amount of bait that I saw going down the dam side of the pond. This is definitely something that they should want more than anything else I have tied on. It might be a little big. If I could find like a 1/2 ounce rattle trap that was maybe like half of the size, that'd probably be perfect. Or shoot, maybe even like a little spoon, but that's what we're throwing. Something chrome, looks exactly like the bait in here. It's just probably a little bit bigger of a profile. So once we throw this in front of some of them, they should eat it. Man, all the fish should just be over here, like in this pocket. Like this whole little bay that you're looking at should be just loaded with bass, and I've seen them, but I haven't really been able to catch any of them. And I say that because the wind's blowing over here, so there's a whole bunch of bait that should be back in here in this pocket, and that should kind of entice the bass. And then also catching a bluegill that size on a rattle trap kind of makes you think that whenever we catch one, it should be 5 pounds over here on this side. But these are the days that you have to just kind of keep fishing, and it'll happen eventually. The only way you're not going to catch them is if you leave. So we're going to stick with it, because I'm sure we're going to stumble across one here in a second. There we go. Oh, came off. He hit it twice. Oh, that felt pretty good. Oh my gosh. Man. It hit it twice, like it thumped it twice. And then I set the hook and he was on there for a second and pulled off. There we go. Yeah, that's one. That's a good one. Oh yeah, baby. Dude, I don't know if he's hung up on something or is he just that big? 'Cause this might be the 5-pounder we were talking about. Haven't really seen him and he hasn't jumped, so that's definitely a good sign. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Don't go towards the trolling motor, dude. Oh, that's a really good one. Net, please. Come here. Come here. Oh! I told you. I told you. I told every single one of you. All right, I'm gonna unhook you. I promise. Sometimes it might take you a minute. You might have to switch up a few times, but I mean, that is a solid 4-pounder right there. All day, easily a 4. We're gonna weigh them since we got a scale. Oh, it feels so nice. This video is supposed to be about the Revo Rocket, but I might have to switch that up because it's gonna be about a lipless crank and a Revo SX if we keep catching these. All right, let's see. 358, or so they say. Let's try that again. 374. Let's try that one more time. Okay, it went up to 38 for a second. 374. Cool. So not quite a 4-pounder. Also, sometimes I don't really trust that scale. Sometimes I feel like the scale is. All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna put you back. Swim away. Whew. Talk about fun. I got a little bit of blood on my reel. If any of y'all have any answers for why do fish have bloody tails, is it from being like chased, or is it, I know there's probably like a million different reasons, but now I know most of the time when you think about a fish having a bloody tail, it's from spawning, like fanning a bed, creating their bed so they can reproduce, lay their eggs, whatnot. But a lot of times they're like, some fish, especially since like the bigger ones, year round, some of their tails will be bloody. If you have any answers, any different theories or ideas, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Hey. Oh, that's another, oh, that's a stick. Dude, I was ready to party. I was ready to celebrate. I was like, yeah, boys, yeah, oh, get some. Got him. Oh, another big one, boys. Underneath that dock. There was another one over there too. Oh my gosh. Come here. Come here. Let's go. Ooh, boys, that's another good one. I just skipped a cast under there. Really wasn't expecting this. I just figured, you know, why not? It's a little bit of cover. It's a good little ambush point. Especially wind blowing back in here. It's a good place for one to hide and sneak up on one. And that's another thick, healthy one. This is so much fun. We're gonna weigh this one as well. The first one was what, 374? So I think this one might go 3, but I feel like safe estimate is like 2.7. You could go 3 definitely not as big as that first one though. 336. You got a 3.7 and a 336. Awesome. I'll take it. Cool. It's fish number 2. The thing is, I bet you there's another one. Okay, we're gonna have to come back over here to this dock here in a second, because after catching that one on, I'm sure there's probably a couple more that'll cruise back in there, but right now it's probably just not the time after catching that one. Ah, that's not good. It's definitely not ideal. Ooh. Got a good bath, Mr. Reel. Just snatched it right off the front of the kayak. Not a crazy one, but here's a fish. I got number 3 on the rattle trap, number 2 on the rattle trap, number 3 of the day. Cool, hook popped right out. Smallest one, caught him right up on the bank, so I think the bigger one's definitely safe to say they're probably hanging out in deeper water, but it's number 3, number 2 on the rattle trap. Finally got something that probably perfectly imitates what they're chasing after right now. It did take us a minute to get it figured out, but I feel like we got a little something going for us right now. I wouldn't say we got it 100% figured out, because it might be another bait that might even be better. The gold rattle trap might be better. Smaller size, I'm sure probably wouldn't hurt either. But with the wind that we have today, we can definitely get away with throwing the bigger one. Ooh, there we go. It's a good one. Good one. Good one. Good one. On the rattle trap. I don't know if that's a bass. Ooh, it is. It is. Another good one. Another good one. Come here. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Whew. Let's go, boys. That's the 3rd good one. Got 2 on the jig, 2 on the rattle trap. That's the biggest one for sure. Definitely longest. It's a good, probably, shoot, that fish might be a 20-incher. I feel like this one's gonna be the biggest of the day. He might not, because I don't know if he's heavier than the first one, but he's definitely longer. Definitely the one you want for a tournament. Let's see. 396, I feel robbed. Let's try that again. 0. Ah, 392. It's going up to 4. Let's do it over the water, maybe. Maybe we can get less interference over the water. Zeros. 418. Let's stick with that. See, this scale's just all over the place. Also, his tail, since he's long, his tail might have been on the bottom. His tail might have been on the bottom of the kayak, causing a little bit of weight loss. All right, 4-pounder. I'm gonna let him go. Awesome. Thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you later. There we go. Oh, that's another good one. Okay. I can flip them. Oh, shout out to you, fish. That's a solid 2-pounder. Hey, don't try to bite me now. I'll take you home and eat you. All right, probably. Boom. It's fish number 3, 4, 5. Fish number 5? Shoot, I don't know. We got our rattle trap hung up, but there was one in there, so we threw the jig and got ourselves a good one. I'll tell you, these are fun to catch, and it's hard because like catching that 3-pounder at Bankhead was just so much fun, just because it was like, you know, you don't know where they're gonna come from, and I feel like big ones on big lakes are harder to come by than like a pond like this. But man, this sure is fun. This sure is fun. All right, before I cast this again, I definitely need to retie. So we're gonna take the jig and fix this little area where I just caught that one on the jig, and then there was another big blow up while I was trying to get that undone. So I'm not gonna throw the Slobberknocker too much, just because I threw it a lot this morning. I don't want to spook any fish that might be more willing to eat the rattle trap. Man, I really need to retie. I don't know if I have time to retie. And it's crazy, it's almost like the bite just kind of turned on, or they got a little bit more active. When I first got out here, there really wasn't too much going on, but now that I've explored a little bit, the fishing seems to be pretty good. It's like as the day went on, the bite started to get better. But also too, that I am saying that after 2 lure changes. And what these fish are that are blowing up over here, I bet you they're the fish that I saw about 2 hours ago that were just hanging out on the bottom over here underneath the shad. They're pushing them up shallow to ambush. See, that was a bite right there. Just letting it fall. One had it. There we go. Got one. I'd say those are bass. Man, isn't that sick? What is that, live scope? Oh no, it's just down imaging and I'm just really good at it. Man. See, this is a super satisfying day. Just, it's cool to be able to come out. What these ponds are for me now, just with, I know I say this every video, but me wanting to do like more tournaments and whatnot next year, these ponds are really just kind of like electronic strips, because you know there's fish out here, you know there's probably going to be decent ones, but just being able to look at them on the electronics, figure them out, so when you get on that big body of water and you do find them, because they're not going to be as few and far between out here as they would be on a big lake. So just really being able to take advantage of finding them here and figuring out what bait to throw, then hopefully that'll translate to doing it on a big body of water. But that yo-yo retrieve, got that one. I've had maybe 2 or 3 bites today, kind of similar to that, of doing the yo-yo retrieve. I'll go to lift it up and one will be on it, but sometimes they don't have the hook. Sometimes the hooks will be folded up, or you'll feel them for a second and then it'll just pop right out. And I've had a couple of, ooh, I didn't like the way that felt. I thought it was coming off. I've had a couple of instances like that today. There we go. It was one under it. Oh, that's the biggest one of the day. Oh, did I get him? Yep. Oh my gosh, dude, that's the biggest one of the day. I didn't, like, he ate it literally on the fall. The second it got in there. This is a heavy fish. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the biggest one of the day for sure. Look at that one. Yeah. Look at him. Look at him. I was just going by a little dock. I was like, let me get a cast in there. Let me just see. We caught one on the other one, so probably wouldn't be the worst idea I've ever had to get a cast. Got a cast. Lure doesn't even hit the bottom. Literally as it's like falling, as I think it's falling, it's in a fish's mouth. So this one ate it the second it went in there. That's a 5 for sure. If it's not a 5, I'm gonna sue this. I'm suing Ugly Stick. Not a 5? 4.72. I've been robbed. I'm gonna do this over the water. Probably Bad decision. 4.62. I do not believe that. There's no way this is only a 4-pounder. Guys, you have got to agree with me in the comments. 4.68. All right, we're calling that a 5. Wow, what a day we're having today. It's one of those good fall days. You know, these are the ones that I love because you start off, the fishing sucks. You're like, I just need to go home. But this is one of those days where it's paying to stick it out and catching those. Let's go. See ya. Biggest one of the day, right at 11 o'clock too. It's 11:12. You already know we got to get another cast in there. Wait, should we get a cast over here? Maybe let that chill out for a couple seconds. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna get a cast over here. See if I want to pick up the jig in that. Because normally those are like high spots. I don't know if I've ever fished this one. Actually, there's another one over there that just kind of signifies a high spot. So it might not be the greatest like in the middle of all of those stumps, but once the jig kind of falls off the backside of one, it'll start to drop off a little bit and it might be a little bit better spot. Decisions. After seeing that, do you tie on a frog and kind of throw over the top of this since we're only in 2 foot of water? We'll definitely be able to see it, or do we just kind of stick to what we've been doing?
Bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them block, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.